They heard me say it. I said that. If I was on there, I said that.
Turn around, please. You did not.
Shekinah, you stopped them, and I said the same. You asked me, do you think I'm happier? That you asked me the question, and I answered it. So why would you sit there and say that?
Because I am.
But why would you sit there and say that I ain't say that?
You did.
I think she's happy. Yes, I did.
It wasn't loud and clear.
Tammy.
Yeah?
Tell me what's going on out there.
Atlanta has seen its share of scandals, but nothing prepared anyone for what unfolded inside that courtroom. Cameras rolled, reporters scribbled, and before the judge could even finish, Tiny fell to her knees, screaming through tears. The DNA results had been read, and in that instant, decades of friendship, loyalty, and marriage shattered. The shocking revelation? Shekinah Joe, Tiny's longtime best friend and sister in everything but blood, wasn't just part of the Harris family's story, she was the story. According to the report, Shekinah is King Harris's biological mother. For a moment, time froze. T.I. stood in stunned silence, Tiny collapsed, and Shekinah just stared ahead, calm and eerily composed, as if she had carried this truth for years, waiting for the right time to let it surface. Reporters said the courtroom's silence was heavier than any verdict. Then Tiny screamed, "That's not true." But the paperwork sitting on the judge's desk said otherwise. The DNA matched Shekinah, not Tiny. Witnesses recalled the chaos that followed. Security rushing in, reporters gasping, the judge's voice echoing order in the court, while nothing felt orderly anymore. That single page of scientific truth had rewritten motherhood, marriage, and the image of Atlanta's most famous family. Insiders later revealed that the DNA test wasn't part of the original hearing. It had been added last minute, by Shekinah herself. She had signed every chain of custody form, ensuring no one could question its authenticity. When the judge asked if she was confirming the results, she nodded and said quietly, "I had to tell the truth. I'm tired of being erased." That's when T.I. snapped. He jumped from his seat, shouting that she was lying, that it was impossible. But this wasn't anger. It was panic. Tiny sobbed, begging him to stop, but he couldn't. Because deep down, something about Shekinah's calm made it all too real. Court transcripts later confirmed what fans feared. Shekinah had known the results weeks earlier. She had walked into that courtroom ready to expose a secret that could destroy everyone involved. Years of silence, ridicule, and messy friend labels, all hiding a truth no one wanted to hear. Their story had started decades before, long before fame, reality shows, or sponsorships. In the early hustle days, T.I. and Shekinah were close, too close, according to whispers that never quite went away. Tiny rebuilt her marriage while Shekinah remained in the background, always near the family, always protective of King. People brushed it off as loyalty. Now it all made sense. An insider told Atlanta Daily Now that Shekinah always seemed to know too much. King's allergies, habits, even private details only a mother would know. When asked why she had stayed silent, Shekinah's answer cut deep. "They told me my truth would ruin them. But pretending almost ruined me." Outside, chaos erupted. Fans swarmed the courthouse, live-streaming every second. Hashtags like #DNA bombshell and #Shekinah speaks exploded across the internet. Twitter turned into a battlefield of disbelief and betrayal. Some fans refused to believe it. Others said it finally explained years of quiet tension between the two women. Inside, Tiny's team begged for a retest, calling it a lab error. But Shekinah interrupted softly, "I did 3 tests, private, state, and court. They all say the same thing." For the first time, her voice trembled. "I didn't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to be acknowledged." That one sentence changed everything. This wasn't revenge, it was release. When the hearing ended, Shekinah walked out into flashing lights and shouting reporters. She didn't stop for questions. "God knows the truth," she said. "Now the world does too." Meanwhile, Tiny was escorted out another exit, barely standing, whispering, "It's not true, it can't be true." By evening, every gossip site was on fire. TMZ-style blogs compared King's face to Shekinah's, circling similar smiles, jawlines, and eyes. Social media became judge and jury, deciding the truth through pixels and emotion. Then came an even deeper twist. A so-called family insider went live, claiming the truth had been hidden for years. They alleged that when King was born, a deal was made for Shekinah to stay silent in exchange for financial stability and reputation protection. She had signed something she didn't fully understand. Tiny's fans rushed to defend her, but Shekinah's cryptic post from days earlier suddenly resurfaced. The truth don't need permission. Within hours, #TinyCollapse became the world's top trend. Her breakdown in court was replayed in slow motion like a tragic movie scene, while commentators debated morality like it was a sport. And just when people thought it couldn't go deeper, Shekinah dropped a bombshell as she left the courthouse. Off camera, she whispered to a reporter, "This ain't even the biggest secret." Those 8 words set the internet on fire. Talk shows, podcasts, and radio hosts dissected every possible meaning. Was there another child? Another cover-up? Was King's birth certificate altered? Or was Shekinah protecting someone else entirely? Meanwhile, Tiny disappeared from the public eye. Sources said she was in shock, refusing to eat or speak, replaying every moment of her friendship. "She's realizing the signs were there the whole time," one assistant told Hollywood Hush. T.I., on the other hand, was reportedly locked in his studio, blasting old songs and shouting at his team to control the narrative. But control was gone. The story had taken on a life of its own. Fans even started using AI to run facial comparisons between King and both women. Then, a mysterious Reddit post surfaced titled "The Truth About King's Birth." It included what appeared to be old hospital records from 2004 listing Shekinah as an emergency contact under another name. Whether fake or real didn't matter, the public believed it. Suddenly, Shekinah went from loud friend to Atlanta's hidden queen. She posted just one story. When you keep receipts long enough, you eventually show them. The internet exploded. But the next leak was devastating. A 2-minute audio clip allegedly from years earlier, capturing Tiny shouting, "You promised me nobody would ever find out," followed by a man's voice replying, "Ain't nobody gonna believe her anyway." The clip went viral, and that phrase became a symbol for silenced women everywhere. By nightfall, protests had started outside Grand Hustle Studios with signs reading, "DNA don't lie," and "Let mothers speak." Reporters called it Atlanta's emotional uprising. Through it all, King Harris stayed silent. One paparazzi photo showed him leaving the courthouse, hoodie pulled low, captioned, "The son caught between 2 mothers." The Harris team finally released a short statement. "This is a private family matter involving misinformation and emotional distress. We ask for privacy." Tiny's relatives turned on Shekinah in public. Her brother posted, "You were never family." Her mother called her a snake. But Shekinah didn't flinch. She fired back online, "Snakes only bite when they're stepped on." That one line shook the internet. Memes, celebrity reactions, and debates flooded every platform. Some called her a liar, others called her brave, but everyone was watching. Meanwhile, the Harris household crumbled from within. Tiny reportedly left Atlanta for Florida, while T.I. was spotted alone, angry, refusing to answer questions. When paparazzi pressed him, he shouted, "Stop believing everything you read." But even that sounded like denial. Soon after, the court ordered sections of the hearing to be sealed, which only fueled conspiracy theories. People whispered about hidden documents, money transfers, forged records, secret agreements. Every supposed leak went viral within minutes. The Harris empire that once looked untouchable began collapsing fast. Brand deals froze, sponsors pulled out, and friends in the industry quietly unfollowed. Shekinah, once the sidekick, was now the headline. She appeared on talk shows, saying calmly, "They can call me messy, but lies are messier." And just when people thought she'd said it all, she hinted at more. That baby wasn't the only secret in that house. She smirked during one interview. "The DNA test isn't the only document about to leak." That statement was another explosion. Was she talking about T.I., another child, or something darker? Nobody knew, but curiosity turned into obsession. As she ended the interview with, "The truth don't need a PR team," the clip went viral worldwide. Sponsors cut ties, reality shows were cancelled, and even longtime friends issued polite "we wish them well" statements, celebrity code for goodbye. When reporters asked for more, Shekinah replied through her publicist, "I said what I said. I'm not selling my pain. I'm living my truth." Behind the scenes, rumors swirled that she was finalizing a documentary deal to tell her side once and for all. At the heart of the chaos, King Harris finally broke his silence. In one simple post, he wrote, "I didn't ask for this, but I'll stand on the truth. Whoever birthed me, I'm still me." Millions shared it. Some praised his maturity, others thought he sounded coached, but either way, the silence was over. T.I. tried to repair his image with charity events, but the irony only deepened the damage. Then leaked courtroom footage surfaced, Tiny collapsing, T.I. burying his face, Shekinah crying silently. No words, just truth. The clip confirmed what many suspected. The DNA results were real. Soon after, federal labs re-verified the tests. Official, authentic, final. Threats followed, fake accounts spread lies, but Shekinah went live once more. "They've tried to silence me for years. I'm still here. God don't bless what's built on lies." That line turned the scandal into a statement of resilience. Weeks later, Tiny returned home, changed, withdrawn. One neighbor claimed she sat outside Shekinah's house one night but couldn't bring herself to knock. T.I. vanished from public life entirely, battling depression. "Everything I built gone in one DNA test," he allegedly told a friend. Months later, the court made it official. King Harris's birth certificate was amended. Shekinah Joe was legally recognized as his biological mother. Tiny requested visitation, which Shekinah granted with grace. "I just wish she'd told him the truth," she said softly outside the courthouse. Cameras flashed as Shekinah and King walked out hand in hand, a quiet ending to a loud saga. But hours later, a new anonymous leak appeared online labeled Paternity Confidential. The internet reignited instantly. Was the father next? Nobody knew, but everyone speculated. And as the digital storm swirled again, Shekinah posted one final message: "Blood made it real. Lies made it famous." It went viral worldwide, a haunting close to a story that redefined loyalty, fame, and truth. The Harris empire didn't fall because of outsiders. It fell because of the secrets within. Shekinah didn't destroy it. The truth did. A truth that refused to stay buried, because in this world, fame fades, but DNA never lies.